Do you feel it? That weight pressing on your chest, the quiet fear that gnaws at the back of your mind when the lights go out. The world tells you that help will come, that someone will rescue you, that salvation is waiting just beyond the corner. But deep down, when you're honest with yourself, you already know the truth. No one is coming. No one will fight your battles for you. No one will carry your pain or shield you from the blows life has already prepared. And though that truth sounds cruel, though it burns when you first taste it, it is also the truth that will set you free. The ancients knew this long before we did. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, Seneca, they whispered it across time. That life is not a gentle path, that comfort is a lie, that suffering is the only real teacher you will ever have. The world does not soften itself to your wounds. It will not bend to your desires. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you realize that the chains binding you are imaginary. No one is coming to save you, and that is your strength. Because if no one is coming, then it means the power has always been in your hands. It means the responsibility to rise, to endure, to become unbreakable belongs only to you. Let us sink into this truth together. The loneliness of existence. Human beings spend their lives trying to escape aloneness. We bury ourselves in noise, in distractions, in shallow relationships, in endless scrolling and false promises. We beg for the illusion that someone else will carry us when we collapse. But the harsh Stoic truth is this: you came into this world alone, and you will leave it alone. No crowd will walk with you to the grave. No hand will take the weight of your suffering. They may walk beside you for a while, but in the deepest battles, those fought in the silence of your own mind, you stand alone. This is why most people are terrified of silence, because silence exposes the truth, that the person staring back at you in the mirror is the only one who can save you. The Stoics saw solitude not as a curse, but as a forge. When you are stripped of the illusion of saviors, you find the raw iron of your will. Loneliness becomes the fire that hardens you. You stop begging the world to rescue you, and you begin to rescue yourself. Suffering, the first teacher. You must understand this. Life does not care about your comfort. It does not bend to your tears. It does not pause for your grief. Pain is not a mistake in the system. It is the system. From the moment you breathe your first breath, you are subject to decay, to loss, to disappointment, to betrayal. And the more you resist this truth, the more life breaks you. The more you accept it, the stronger you become. The Stoics called this amor fati, the love of fate. Not the tolerance of fate, not mere endurance, but the love of it. To look at suffering not as an enemy, but as the very stone against which you sharpen your blade. The wound is where the lesson enters. The pain is the doorway. And when you stop waiting for rescue, you step through that doorway willingly. The discipline of detachment. What destroys men and women is not the pain itself, but the clinging, the desperate need for things to be different, for someone else to fix what is broken. But Stoicism teaches us that the only true freedom comes from detachment. Detach from the illusion of saviors. Detach from the fantasy that someone else owes you rescue. Detach from the belief that life should be fair. Discipline is born when you no longer waste energy on what you cannot control. You turn your focus inward. You become the master of yourself. Detach from comfort, and you will find strength. Detach from false hope, and you will find clarity. Detach from the fear of death, and you will finally live. Mortality, the great equalizer. Do you think anyone will save you from death? Kings, emperors, beggars, saints, all crumble to dust. Death is not the enemy, it is the horizon. It is the one truth that humbles all arrogance, that strips away all illusions. The Stoics did not flinch from death. They held it in their hands, turned it over, studied it until the fear dissolved. You could leave life right now, Marcus Aurelius reminded himself. Let that determine what you do and say and think. No savior can erase your mortality. And yet that is the gift, because once you accept that death is certain, you are free to live as if every breath matters. You stop wasting your hours waiting for someone else to fix you. You begin to act. The brutal freedom of responsibility. Responsibility is heavy, but it is also liberating. To know that no one is coming means that every failure, every victory, every moment rests in your hands. It is terrifying, yes, but it is also the purest freedom you will ever taste. The Stoics believed that true power comes not from ruling others, but from ruling yourself. If you can master your desires, discipline your mind, and stand unshaken when the storm comes, then no external force can enslave you. When you stop waiting for a rescuer, you become your own rescuer. When you stop waiting for strength, you create strength. When you stop waiting for hope, you embody hope. This is the harsh truth. No one is coming to save you. But this is also the revelation. No one needs to, because you already have what you need within you. The silence that strengthens. There is a reason the Stoics sought silence. In silence, the illusions die. In silence, you hear your fears without the disguise of noise. In silence, you come face to face with the truth of who you are. Most people cannot endure silence because it strips them bare. But if you can learn to love silence, to sit with your own thoughts without fear, then you will discover an indestructible core. That is why monks withdraw, why warriors meditate before battle, why Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself in the dead of night. Silence was not an escape, it was training. Training for the greatest battle of all, the battle against yourself, the dark hope of Stoicism. And yet, within all this harshness, within the bleak acceptance of suffering, detachment and mortality, there is hope. Not the fragile hope of being saved, but the iron hope of self-mastery. When you stop expecting the world to spare you, you stop being a victim of it. When you stop waiting for someone else to save you, you finally stand up and fight. That is hope, not a promise of rescue, but the promise of resilience. The Stoics knew this. Life is brutal, but you are not powerless. Life is fleeting, but you are not meaningless. Life is indifferent, but you can still choose how you live it. Closing reflection. So hear this, and let it burn into your mind. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your friends, not the world, not even God in the way you imagine. You are alone in the fight, but in that aloneness lies your power. You have within you the strength to endure, the discipline to rise, the clarity to see through lies, the courage to face death without trembling. You are your own savior. You are your own weapon. You are your own fortress. Stop waiting. Stop begging. Stop hoping for rescue. Stand, rise, act. The harsh, Stoic truth is this: no one is coming to save you, and that is your strength, because once you know no one is coming, you stop waiting for life to begin. You begin it yourself, and that is when you finally live.